although it was a long distance relationship, but I was committed. We were committed to make it work.
He was very consistent. No, he kept for these 5 years. There's no day we have not spoken. Like,
we did meet when I was in JSS 2 and she was in JSS 1, and we were both new students of the same school, Patricia Private School in Ikboba Hill, Benin City. So I think it was, I wanted to get a pen that very day. Some 16 years ago, I can't remember, 16 or 17 years ago. I think it was in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. I was in JSS 2. So I wanted to get a pen, a black pen, that I've seen the proprietors of the school using the previous week. So I actually wanted to get that pen. So when I went to the office, I think it was the post office or something, to get the pen, to buy the pen. So I saw her there. She was holding a receipt. So I peeped and I saw the receipt, Blessing Akpan. I was like, who is this one? That's because her name is Akpan too. Why my name is Daniel Akpan too? So her surname is Akpan. Mine is Akpan too. So I was like, this one that is angry, the same surname as me. Like, what's going on here? So I just quietly got my pen and I left because I was super shy then. So I didn't introduce myself, nothing. So over time now, I guess her classmates got to know that I was also Daniel Akpan too. They were like throwing it out there, like, do you have a brother in this school? Something like that. Do you have a relative in this school already? She was like, no. It's just me and my cousins, because she had cousins who were in the school with us then, or pretty much younger cousins. So I think when we finally got to talk, it was second term. We were writing exams then. So the school had a policy of mixing students up. So from JSS 1, JSS 2, 3, SS1, everything, they mix everybody up alphabetically, putting them in classes running from JSS 1A, JSS 1B, up till SS3A, SS3B.
And when we found ourselves in the same exam center, I didn't know he was the Daniel Akpan they were talking about, because then my teachers would ask me, do you have a brother in the school? Some of them. Sometimes I would say yes, sometimes I would say no, because I didn't even know the person they were talking about. So we wrote the first paper and we left. My classmates, they were like, you're sitting with your brother, yours is good, he's going to teach you everything. I'm like, who is this brother you guys are talking about? So the second paper, I was very particular about his name. So I wanted to see if he's the person they are talking about. So when he started writing his name, he wrote Daniel Akpan Akani. And I'm like, oh, are you the Daniel I'm talking about? He said yes. So the way he answered me, obviously he knew I was Blessing Akpan, but he did not tell it to me. So I was surprised, like, okay, I am Blessing Akpan. So after that was the time we started talking. I could then ask him the next question, and also that was when we started talking. It's not as if we started dating in JSS 2. No, it was in JSS 2 that we got the first opportunity to start talking. Yeah. So it was later on, I think I was in SS3, SS2. I was in SS2 when we actually started dating. So after that point, when I saw him, I felt, okay, this is my brother, because people were actually calling him my brother. I said, no problem. There was no connection as at that time, nothing. We were actually very young. So when people say, okay, you have a brother in this class, and I think
I was 13, she was 12.
Yes.
So there was,
there was nothing there actually, that initial period.
Actually, we started dating, as in, when I mean dating, like, it was the
friendship.
Would you be my girlfriend? Kind of thing. It ends there.
That was well.
If I see you, hey, I would spend extra time talking to her, like that kind of thing. then we would talk on extra cool then at night. It ended there. So there was nothing out of the ordinary there. So it started I was in SS3, I guess. I was in SS3, yeah. So that was it. So I got into uni straight from school, University of Benin straight from school. I think it was in my year 1. Something happened that I can't even remember today. That we just stopped. We just stopped doing that. Like, she finished school and went to Port Harcourt while I was still in Benin. So it just stopped. Like that.
Communication stopped.
Yes, it just stopped. But we were still talking once. So
I think he finished his first degree before I even gained admission. Yeah. So I think I was in my year 2 or 3 then. Yeah, I was about entering my year 3. And then something brought him to Uyo, because all the while he was still in Benin City while I had gotten admission in Uyo, Akwa Ibom. So he was coming to Uyo. Something brought him to Uyo, and he saw one of my classmates then in Benin.
At the park.
Yeah, at the park. So as he was coming, he saw her. That was when he remembered that, oh, this was my classmate in secondary school, and she too, that my classmate had admission too in University of Uyo, so she was still in Uyo. So he remembered, I was like, okay, this person should know Blessing's whereabouts. So he remembered that we were in the same school. So he decided to put a call across.
At the park there.
Yeah, at the park. So it happened to be that I visited Uyo. We're actually on vacation then. Something just took me to Uyo. So he called and he said, yeah, he's around. And so I'm like, really? I shouted because it's been a long time. Yeah, before that period, we hadn't spoken for years. We started talking from there, like constantly. We started talking. And it was on the, is it 22nd of August or September? That was, yeah, 22nd of September.
I remember.
Is it?
I think 22nd or 23rd. Either 19, 22nd or 23rd. One of the three.
Okay, one of the three. So he sent me a long message. It's really painful. I lost that message. A really long message that we should come back together. And this time around, it's not coming to kill me at all. I said, oh, no problem. Let us continue. So that was how we started.
Like, I know I wasn't coming to mess up. To mess with her or something. Because I'm actually a very busy person, not having that time, so to say, because I'm always in my shop. If I'm not in my shop, I'm at home. So where do I have the time to now be gallivanting around looking for girls? No, I don't.
The truth is, when he actually came the first time, I actually thought one of those guys, he has come again. One of those guys I was meeting. Normally they'll come and talk. They'll come and talk and go. But then I want to Daniel is a very committed person. Yeah.
So it was just, this is somebody I've known for a long time. We've been together for a long time, a long period of time. So it is best we stick. It is best I let her know my intentions. That it was to be serious with her. I'm talking about the 2018 period, to be serious with her in a romantic relationship, so to say. Although it was a long distance relationship, but I was committed, we were committed to make it work.
He was very consistent, He kept, for these 5 years, there's no day we have not spoken, like 24 hours and we've not spoken.
I think the only time because it was a long distance relationship.
Yeah, all true.
Even till now. I think the only time we haven't spoken is when we are together, or when she goes to our village when there's or when she goes to our village when there's no network. So on a serious note, we talk like actually
every day. We talk every day. He calls every day. So calls
every day too.
Yeah. So all the things he said when he sent me that message, he kept to all his promises. Yeah. And then he's a really committed person, I must say. Seriously.
So let's say over time now, it morphed from being in a committed relationship and just to planning for something serious.
If I was seeing any loopholes, if I was not meeting any of the criteria, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't have minded that we've been dating for years and all that. It's been a long time. I wouldn't have waited at all. I wouldn't have waited. And then while we were dating, there was no point in time that I have never reminded him that it's time for us to get married. Yes. I actually waited until he was ready.